Let us pray. Almighty God, the creator and ruler of heaven and earth, we beseech thee to inspire and guide all our actions, so that we may always walk in the path of justice, love, and charity to one another. Help us with thy grace to do only those things that will promote the unity, peace, happiness, and prosperity of Nigeria in general and Lagos State in particular. Amen. Good afternoon, distinguished colleagues. Let us go through the votes and proceedings of Friday, 26th April 2019. Page 856, 857, 858. I've examined the votes and proceedings of Friday, 26 April 2019. Approval is here granted. Any message from the governor?
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable members, there is no message from the governor.
Any other announcements?
Mr. Speaker, sir, I have a correspondence from Honorable Dipo Olorunrinu, Amuodofin Constituency 1, addressed to the Clerk, Lagos State House of Assembly, and the correspondence is titled Letter of Defection from People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressive Congress, APC. With your kind permission, I'll read the letter. Hi, Honorable Dipo Olorunrinu of Amuodofin Constituency 1, humbly wish to express my sincere appreciation and profound gratitude to the leadership of the Lagos State House of Assembly, in person of Right Honorable Speaker Mudashiru Obasa and all principal officers. Having appreciated the opportunity given to me in 2015 election by the People Democratic Party, I make bold to ascribe more of the glory to my community at large, who were able to stand for me against at the just concluded 2019 election. Mr. Speaker and fellow colleagues, I sincerely apologize that the defection to APC is coming now, as there's a Yoruba adage that says, "Ọmọdé ò lè jẹ ẹ̀kọ kí ó má ra lọ́wọ́." Therefore, I ask for mercy of this hallowed chamber led by humble self. Please note, sir, that contesting in the 2019 election was to showcase the strength of my followers and being a young, progressive-minded person as well. I have decided to realign with the All Progressive Congress, being the winning train, and party to join in taking Lagos State to the next level. I would like to appreciate Mr. Speaker's continual act of service to this great state, despite being a lone member as opposition for 2.5 years in the House. All tools were provided in working towards a greater development of my constituency. This explains the magnanimity of Mr. Speaker's passion for development of Lagos State at large. Also, my appreciation to the ranking officers, the 7 PDP colleagues who made me see proper reason to make this good decision. Colleagues in general, our Agba Egbe in the House, my own father, Honorable Bayo Oshino Akapeperito, and our great national leader, Jagaban Bogu, in the person of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Grateful for your usual cooperation and acceptance. Thank you. Signed, Honorable Dipo Olonrinu, Amuad of Constituency 1.
And at last, we have the only man standing to join the group of people standing. So there will be no one left standing. I thank you for making the decision at last. Where we welcome you into our midst as member of APC in the House of Assembly. You've always been part of us, save for the fact that you refuse to dump the leaking umbrella. But today that you have decided, I welcome you on behalf of our colleagues and on behalf of our party, most especially the Lagos State chapter of APC. I'm sure you have 1 or 2 things to say. Yes, sir. Yeah, you can go ahead in brief, please.
Okay. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. The most fantastic leader I have personally met in my little time here in politics. I must equally appreciate all principal officers, like I've said, and every of my distinguished, colleagues. Sincerely, Mr. Speaker, once upon a time, 2015, we were 7, we were 8 of us, and 7 actually defected. And in every form of sincerity, I make bold to say here that I have never had a regret of still finding myself in the midst of this great administration. And sincerely, I said to myself that continuity as a young man in politics is a necessity because Lagos State is bigger than anybody's interest. And I said to myself that I must join the Progressive Party, which is the APC, speaking to my community people, speaking to the stakeholders in my community, who are also here with me up at the ALO chambers, stakeholders of different, caliber, who are here to join the winning and the moving train. Lastly, Mr. Speaker, permit me to say this on this ALO chamber, that the People's Democratic Party have been discovered by my humble self, because we are people that have been in it from 2015 till now, that it's a party that is not to be reckoned with. Not to be reckoned with because it's a party that lacks structure. It's a party that lacks the vision for Nigeria of tomorrow. I'm not sermonizing here. but I'm speaking here as a young youth that needs Nigeria to achieve its vision, that needs Lagos State to achieve its vision. And that is the more reason why, Mr. Speaker, I said to myself that we must begin to stand from here henceforth and preach the good news of the APC, because the APC is a progressive party and we are progressive-minded people. I wouldn't want to take much of our time, but to say a very big thank you for this opportunity, Mr. Speaker, for accepting. I want to believe me, like you have said. But permit me, sir, I remember when my 7 colleagues actually decamped, they took a very big handshake in this hollow chamber. I want to believe it's not too late for me, even if I know I have few days to go. And I believe that will be telling my constituents and my humble self that my apology is actually accepted for this late defection. Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Honorable Dikbo. You can come up here as we receive your old colleagues who are now bona fide members of APC. You don't have to go that far. And I want to thank you for lending your voice to what has been our position for quite some time. We've always been saying it, that the best party in Nigeria today is APC, and there's nothing to gain from PDP. Now that you are the last member of PDP in this house, you have realized that. I congratulate you for joining APC. You are most welcome. Thank you. Thank you. You can take your seat. Well, let me also welcome some of his party leaders who are here with him, and I'm sure they are all coming together to APC. I have no doubt in my mind. We have Mr. Isaac Abilu, World Chairman, Mr. Azan Yusuf, who was aspirant 2019 election, Mr. Moses Ioa, chairmanship aspirant 2011 2015, Mr. Ikechukwu Ikena, Ohaneze Digbo, Amuward of a local government, PRO, Mr. Austin Ojeshuku, Chairman Car Dealers Association, Mrs. Kanu Ego, Woman Leader Community Non-Indigen, Mr. Amsat Abdusalam, Arewa Youth Leader, Mr. Waziri Aji, Arewa Amuwo Chairman, Mr. Akejo Alabitoyib, NATA. You are all welcome. We thank you for joining APC. Thank you for coming. So, distinguished colleagues, we now have 40 members of APC in the Lagos State House of Assembly. A big cheers to each one of us. We are having the same thing come the ninth assembly. We are having full house as well. We thank Honorable Dikbo for making it safe at twilight of 8th assembly. Thank you for joining us. Petitions.
None, Mr. Speaker, sir.
Matter for their public importance. None. Personal explanations. None. Reports.
Mr.
None.
Speaker, sir.
Report.
Personal explanation.
Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I really appreciate this privilege. I would like to bring to the notice of this honorable house the demise of Chief Mrs. Gladys Modupe Shashore. She was born on the 31st day of March 1948 and passed on to glory on the 27th day of April 2019. She was in church and collapsed and was rushed to the hospital where she fell into a coma and eventually gave up the ghost. She was 71 years old. She worked at Portland Cement from 1988 to 1998. She was a two-term senior special advisor to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. She was chairman, Export Promotion Council of Nigeria. She was first president, Senior Staff Management Association, WAPCO, 1997. She was a politician of high repute. She was a mother. She was a sister. She was a friend to a lot of people. She was a member of our great party, APC. She decamped from PDP last year and joined the Progressive Party, APC. She was a member of my constituency, Mushin Constituency 1. She was a member of my ward, Ward L. And she actually participated very, very actively in the last elections, mobilizing prior to elections, and also making sure that her vote counted on that day. Unfortunately, she's no more. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I would like us to write a letter of condolence to her family because she has actually done a lot, not just in Lagos State, but in Nigeria as a whole. And permit me to also say that may her gentle soul rest in perfect peace. I know as a woman, I'm very, very, sort of compassionate towards this, because as a woman also, we're expecting her, she has actually achieved a lot, but we expected her to even, do more in APC, which is the party. Honorable Dikwa has told us that there's nothing in PDP, and we all know that there's never been anything in PDP that is good. APC is the party to be. Our state is moving forward. Mr. Speaker is moving the House of Assembly forward, and we can see that in 40 members now, APC, and 40 members in the Ninth Assembly. Thank you very much for this honor.
Thank you. Mr. Clark kindly send a letter of condolence to the family of the deceased. Majority Leader. Adjustment of the other people. Majority Leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, there are logistic reasons necessitating adjustment in the items listed on the other paper. And to that extent, Mr. Speaker, I wish to move that items A on the other paper be stepped down till another day, while item A and C be stepped down, while item B becomes item A and item D becomes item B. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Joshua.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the motion as rightly moved.
All in favor say aye. Those against, no. The ayes have it. Majority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, sequel to the adjustment to the other paper, I wish to move that House of Assembly Bill number 67, supported by myself, Honorable Jima, Honorable Abirome Bramoti, Honorable Mrs. Teju Osho, Honorable Yusuf A., Honorable Ayode I.O., Honorable Mrs. Miranda M.L., Honorable Lawale, Honorable Akonde O.V., Honorable Kasumu A.R., in respect of Tenancy Bill 2019 be read for the first time. I so move.
Honorable Naim.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor say aye. Those against, no. The ayes have it. Majority Leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, may I humbly move that in continuation of deliberation in respect of House of Assembly Bill number 66, Appropriation Bill 2019, for the second allotted day, the House dissolved to Committee of Supply to be able to continue deliberation in respect of the appropriation bill, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Honorable Victor Akonde.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion. As moved.
We move for the first reading of the last motion. I think it is necessary for Mr. Speaker to, Mr. Clerk to do the
To read
needful.
before Majority Leader. So you suspend the second, what is it called? Questions, which has been supported before the question is put. So, Mr. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, distinguished honorable members, with your kind permission, I'll read for the first time Tenancy Bill 2019. Thank you, sir.
Now, questions to the motion on ground. All in favor say aye. Those against, no. The ayes have it. Mr. Chairman, Honorable Shah.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, if I recall, we are going into the debate. The report was taken at the last sitting. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Abiru.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, fellow members. Good afternoon. In continuation of the debate on budget, I wish to make a few comments. Firstly, the 2019 budget is majorly for the completion of major infrastructural projects in the state and a smooth transition of the new administration. Having gone through the report, Mr. Speaker, I wish to commend the efforts of the committee for doing a very good job. Top amongst it is recognizing the fact that the Office of the Auditor General needs to be strengthened for better performance of service. This is actually highly commendable, and we hope that this will also be kept to. Again, they have done a great analysis of where we are coming from and where we are. However, Mr. Speaker, there are two of its recommendations that I want us to really reconsider. The first being recommendation number page 20, page 20, Mr. Speaker, item 34, where the committee recommended that we should delete the sum of 12 billion naira under the Lagos Bus Service Limited, and also item 32 on this this same page, where he also spoke that the sum of 5.674 billion from the provision of traffic infrastructure under the Oshodi interchange be deleted. I wish to crave the indulgence of the House, Mr. Speaker, that rather than us taking this recommendation, I would suggest that this amount and any of such that's recommended for deletion be put under the special expenditure account. Of course, the effect of this on the budget is the likelihood of a slight increment on the budget size of the state, which I think it is within our powers to do so, rather than for us to totally delete it from the budget, so as to let us, keep to the tenets of this budget, which is infrastructure development and a smooth transition to a new government. That would be my position, Mr. Speaker. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you. Honorable Olowo.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good afternoon, colleague. I want to use this medium to commend the committee for a job well done. I think with what we have seen so far, they did a lot of introspection into what transpired in 2018 and predicated their submission on that, which obviously shows that they did a lot of things. But having said that, just like what Honorable Abiru said, for the transportation reform and for the other element where money was asked to be deleted, I think it would be more appropriate if we put it under special expedition to allow for smooth transition. Then, sir, Mr. Speaker, generally and collectively, there are some of the reallocation did to the budget that I think are too much if you don't superintend on that. So the committee did well, but like there are some reallocation that I think they can still moderate on. And finally, sir, there was a particular item that borders on a promissory note and the discount. I think the committee can as well look into that because the figure is alarming, and I think they're supposed to as well moderate on that. I haven't said that. Mr. Speaker, if I may have your leave, I want to say the House should adopt the recommendation of the committee as amended as the resolution of the House. Thank you.
Honorable Tejuosho.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I don't know if you have permitted Honorable Olowo to move the motion. I would like to support the motion that the report as amended be accepted as the report, as the resolution of the House. Thank you. I hereby second.
Honorable Olowo. I didn't hear the motion you moved, though. I only heard the second one, so.
Yes, sir, Mr. Speaker. I just said I haven't made one or two contributions. I said the committee has done very well, ought to be commended, and actually commended them as well, just like as Honorable Abiru said. And I said, okay, with one or two things that we asked for, probably correction or modification, that we want to have your leave, that the recommendation of the committee as amended be adopted as the resolution of the House. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, Honorable Tejuosho.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I would like to second the motion as rightly moved by Honorable Olowo.
All in favor, say ayes. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Minority Leader. Honorable Shah, please approach. approval of sectoral allocation, governance, there are sums of 1,799,086,002 naira for personnel costs, 8,594,305,206 naira for overhead costs, and 836,144,734 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against nay. The ayes have it. House of Assembly, there are sums of 461,284,529 naira for personnel costs, 8,500,000,000 naira for overhead costs, and 12,825,000,000 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against nay. The ayes have it. Economic planning and budget. There are sums of 342,972,415 naira for personnel costs, 3,805,654,385 naira for overhead costs, 64,493,857,609 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against nay. The ayes have it. Establishment. That the sums of 73,457,434,482 naira for personnel cost, 2,860,503,885 naira for overhead costs, and 432,812,338 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against nay. The ayes have it. Finance. That the sums of 430,902,139 naira for personnel costs, 55,657,200,666 naira for overhead costs, 9,471,901,483 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against nay. The ayes have it. Information and strategy. There are sums of 340,648,429 naira for personnel costs, 735,471,171 naira for overhead costs, 744,363,664 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against nay. The ayes have it. Local government. There are sums of 470,574,322 naira, 43,000. So, let me take that again. 417,574,322 naira for personnel cost, 889,043,079 naira for overhead costs, 645,899,081 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against nay. The ayes have it. Science and technology. That the sums of 249,671,364 naira for personnel, 700,776,406 naira for overhead costs, and 12,848,706,176 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Justice. That the sums of 937,343,173 naira for personnel, 604,947,458 naira for overhead costs, 3,690,404,717 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. Judiciary. The sums of 2,178,642,749 naira for personnel, 3,172,650,000 naira for overhead costs, 4,156,602,303 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. Those in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Special duties. The sums of 830,884,424 naira for personnel, 9,151,146,868 naira for overhead costs, and 8,491,741,164 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Agriculture. The sums of 720,469,767 naira for personnel costs, 86,737,185 naira for overhead costs, 4,752,384,922 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Commerce and Industry. That the sums of 1,171,383,681 million naira for personnel costs, 2,042,675,622 naira for overhead costs, and 15,246,239,956 naira for capital stands as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Transportation. That the sum of 4,188,021,032 naira for personnel, 786,984,380 naira for overhead costs, and 30,653,744,373 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Works and infrastructure. The sums of 1,091,648,477 naira for personnel costs, 466,586,453 naira for overhead costs, and 89,796,807,017 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, the ayes have it. Environment. The sums of 1,455,134,949 naira for personnel costs, 1,718,625,758 naira for overhead costs, 21,496,388,972 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Housing. The sums of 212,398,983 naira for personnel costs, 6 million naira, 60 million naira for overhead costs, and 15,473,793 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Lands. The sums of 551,454,260 naira for personnel costs, 439 million naira for overhead costs, 4,366,646,771 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Physical planning and urban development. There are sums of 1,473,649,999 naira for personnel costs, 100 million naira for overhead costs, 5,960,601,867 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. All right. There are some of 33,044,843,303 naira for personnel, 13,867,113,753 naira for overhead costs, 21,057,709,285 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Home Affairs. The sum of 172,347,107 naira for personnel costs, 1,401,382,180 naira for overhead costs, 369,691,799 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Sports and development. Sport development. The sums of 226,966,738 naira for personnel costs, 985,844,798 naira for overhead costs, 3,327,226,193 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Education. There are sums of 45,524,098 naira for personnel, 5,808,549,206 naira for overhead costs, 30,049,002,097 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Social protection. There are sums of 755,729,960 naira for personnel, 1,970,992,799 for overhead costs, 2,839,596,768 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Statewide. that sum of 91,270,000,000 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Grand total. That the grand total of 160,556,016,385 naira for personnel, 124,558,191,186 naira for overhead costs, 26,092,299,377 naira for dedicated expenditure, 73,634,880,073 naira for subvention, and 479,691,073,705 naira for capital stand as part of the schedule. All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Budget says that the sum of 873,532,460,775 naira being total budget side stand as part of the schedule. All in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. Thank you, Majority Leader.
Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, having accomplished the purpose for which the House dissolved to Committee of Supply, may I humbly move that the House reverts to plenary. I so move.
Honorable Olu,
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to support the motion as moved.
all in favor, say aye. Those against, nay. The ayes have it. The chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. That a bill for law to authorize the issue and appropriation of 391,387,020 naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for recurrent expenditure and 479,691,073,705 naira from the Development Fund for capital expenditure, thereby totaling a budget size of 873,532,460,725 naira for the year ending 31st December 2019 be read a third time. I so move.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That a bill for a law to authorize the issue and appropriation of 393,841,387,020 naira from the Consolidated Revenue Fund for recurrent expenditure 4,691,693,700 from Development Fund for capital expenditure, thereby totaling a budget size of 832,532,460,725 for the year ending 31st December 2019 be passed into law. All in favor say aye. Those against nay, the ayes have it. Mr. Clerk, kindly send a clean copy to His Excellency Mr. Kwame Ambode for sunset. Thank you very much. Majority Leader.
The Right Honorable Speaker, distinguished colleagues, having come to the end of deliberation for today's plenary, I have the approval of the Right Honorable Speaker to move that this House adjourns till Monday, the 6th day of the month of May at 12 noon. I so move.
Honorable Olulade.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise to second the motion as moved.
All in favor say aye. Those against nay, the ayes have it. There will be a short meeting immediately after sitting. This House stands adjourned till Monday, 6th May 2019 at 12 noon prompt. I rise.